Hello students, today we will discuss pigments and other chemical constituents of the food. Food is a complex material made up of complex chemical components. Chemical components of the food determine the sensory characteristics or quality of the food. We have already studied carbohydrate, fat, protein, vitamins, minerals. In addition to these constituents, there are a diverse group of substances which are found in food in comparatively smaller amounts. These are pigments, polyphenols and tannins, enzymes, flavoring principles, organic acid and water. We will study this one by one. Let us begin with pigments. The first impression of the food is visual, and major part of our willingness to accept the food depends upon the color. Color of the food varies from place to place, season to season, depending upon various factors. Characteristics color of the food is due to the pigments present in plant and animal tissue. Fruit and vegetables are appealing due to their bright and diverse color, which is due to the pigments. These pigments are present in plastid. Some pigments may be present in the vacuoles. The stability of these pigments depends upon many factors, such as presence of oxygen, presence of light, oxidizing reducing agents, and change of temperature and pH. Now we will study pigments. Chief pigments of vegetable and fruits are classified into water insoluble and water soluble. Water insoluble pigments, they are found in plastids and includes carotenoids and chlorophyll. Cell sap soluble pigments include anthocyanin, betalains and anthoxanthins. Chlorophyll, as you must be knowing, the green color of the fruits and vegetables and even the leaves are due to chlorophyll. It is involved in photosynthesis, essential part of the photosynthesis through which plant derives energy from the light. Chlorophyll is a complex molecule containing 4 pyrrole rings and magnesium in the centers. The chlorophylls are present in green leafy vegetable, capsicums, beans, peas, chilies, peels of mango, banana and other unripe fruits. There are many types of chlorophyll, A, B, C, D, but chlorophyll A and B present in higher plants are important in foods. Chlorophyll A is intense blue-green in color. Chlorophyll is dull yellow-green in color, and they present in the plant in the ratio of 3:1. The properties of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is insoluble in water, soluble in certain organic solvents like alcohol, acetones and ethyl ether. When chlorophyll is acted upon by the enzyme chlorophylase, the phytol group is removed by the hydrolysis and the resulting compound is chlorophyllite, which is water soluble and green in color. When green vegetables containing chlorophyll are cooked in copper vessel, it may cause substitution of magnesium by copper. The copper complex has deep bluish green color. When chlorophyll is heated in the presence of dilute acid, the color changes to olive brown due to the formation of pheophytin. The central magnesium is replaced by hydrogen forming pheophytin. When chlorophyll is heated in the presence of alkali, it becomes more intense in color. Yellow, orange, red pigments of the food which are fat soluble are carotenoids. They are widely distributed in nature. Carotenoids are classified into 3 groups: carotenes, lycopene and xanthophylls. Carotenes, There are different type of carotenes are found in food. I have already discussed when I was discussing vitamin A. They are alpha, beta, gamma carotenoids. They occur in many fruits and vegetables. They contain beta iodine ring. But among these alpha, beta, gamma, beta is the most biologically active in terms of conversion in the vitamin A activity, and rest have half the activity of beta carotene. The red color of the tomato is due to lycopene. Lycopene do not contain beta iodine ring. Therefore, it does not have vitamin A activity. Xanthophylls, they are oxygenated derivatives of the carotenes. Examples are cryptoxanthins. Yellow corn is the color of the yellow corn is due to the cryptoxanthin. It has half the activity of beta carotene. Xanthophyll, it is responsible for the yellow color of fruits and vegetables and present in many fruits and vegetables. It also does not have the activity of vitamin A. Lutein, it is present in egg yolk, does not have the activity of vitamin A. This table shows the carotenoid pigments present in different fruits and vegetables. The color of yellow corn is due to the cryptoxanthin. The color of tomato and watermelon is due to the lycopene and beta carotene. The color of red capsicum is due to the cryptoxanthins, capsorbune, beta carotene, volxanthin, capxanthin. The color of green capsicum is due to lutein, beta carotene, volxanthins, neoxanthins, and the color of carrots are due to the different type of carotene, alpha, beta, gamma, lycopene, and also xanthophyll. Now, properties of the carotenoids. They are red crystalline substance, insoluble in water but soluble in fat and certain fat solvents like chloroform, ether, and benzene. Ordinary cooking does not have any effect on the color of the carotenoids. The color is also little affected by the presence of acid, alkali, and the volume of the water. The nutritive value of the carotenoid is protected during cooking by the insolubility in water, because they are not insoluble in water, they are not lost through leaching. They are stable to heat in the absence of oxygen, but due to presence of multiple unsaturated carbon to carbon double bond, they are rapidly oxidized in the presence of oxygen and light. Now, water soluble membranes. These pigments are not membrane bound molecules but are dissolved in cell sap of epidermal cell. Water soluble pigments are flavonoids. Flavonoids are classified into anthocyanin and anthoxanthins. Anthocyanins are highly water soluble pigments. The color ranges from red to purple. Anthoxanthins are colorless or white. Anthocyanins and anthoxanthins are important cyanidine based compound. Anthocyanins. Anthocyanins have cyanidine with attached sugar. These pigments are responsible for the red, purple, and blue color of fruits, vegetables, and flowers. Cherries, red apples, various berries, blue and red grapes, pomegranates, currants, red color in the skin of radish, sweet potato, leaves of red cabbage have their color appeal due to anthocyanins. Anthocyanin pigment in purple brinjal is water insoluble. Anthocyanin pigments are absent in some families and are replaced by highly different compounds, beta-cyanins and beta-xanthins, and these two pigments together are called betalains. Betalains are phenolic substances. These include red water soluble pigments and found in beetroot, cactus fruit, and number of flowers. The pigments resemble anthocyanin and anthocyanin in appearance, but it differs from anthocyanin and anthoxanthin that it contains nitrogen, but those pigments do not contain nitrogen. Now, anthoxanthins. Anthoxanthins are colorless or pale yellow pigments closely related to anthocyanin. Like anthocyanins, they are water soluble and occur in the vacuoles of the plant cell. They are distributed in nature so widely that it is difficult to find any plant which does not have anthocyanins. Anthocyanins give color to cauliflower, onion, potato, apples, guava, spinach and other green leafy vegetables. But in spinach and other green leafy vegetables, the color of anthocyanins are masked by the chlorophyll. Anthocyanins are broadly classified into flavones, flavonols, flavonones and flavonols. Flavonols are again further classified into catechins and leucoanthocyanins. Now we will study the effect of cooking on pigments, because when the pigments are exposed to cooking, a chemical reaction takes place and which brings about changes in the color of these pigments. First we will study the effect of cooking on the chlorophyll. The complex structure and conjugation of protein makes chlorophyll most sensitive to chemical changes in cooking, and consequently it is difficult to retain the pleasant green color of the chlorophyll. When chlorophyll containing green leafy vegetables or other vegetables are put in boiled water, green color becomes brighter due to the expulsion of the air from the intercellular space. Second, when chlorophyll is acted upon by the enzyme chlorophyllase, the phytyl group is removed by hydrolysis and the resulting compound is chlorophyllite, which is water soluble. You might have observed the light green tint of the cooking water in which green leafy vegetables or other green vegetables are cooked. A limited amount of chlorophyllite produced during a storage of certain green leafy vegetables prior to cooking possibly accounts for the light green tint color of the cooking water. When chlorophyll containing vegetables are exposed to longer period of cooking, or when they are cooked in the presence of acid, the color changes to olive brown. It is due to the formation of pheophytin. The central magnesium is replaced by hydrogen forming pheophytin, and the vegetables which are low in acid contents retain higher percentage of chlorophyll while cooking as compared to those vegetables which contain higher amount of acids. It is suggested that greens should be cooked without lid for the first few minutes to allow the volatile acid to escape. When the green leafy vegetables like spinach or other greens are cooked with lid on, the volatile acid is released. It is dissolved in a stem and condensed back into the pot, where it comes into the contact with the chlorophyll and changes the color of the chlorophyll to olive brown. Therefore, it is suggested that greens should be cooked without lid for the first few minutes to allow the volatile acid to escape to preserve the green color of the vegetables. Green vegetables should be cooked for a very short time, less than 7 minutes, to retain the color, because destruction of chlorophyll increases with the cooking time. You can see the change of effect of the alkali and the acid. In the presence of alkali, the color becomes become more intense, and in the presence of the acid, the chlorophyll the color has changed to olive brown, which is due to the formation of pheophytin. Now, what is the effect of canning? Canning you must be knowing. Canning is a method of food preservation in which foods are packed in a container and subjected to higher temperature. During canning, chlorophyll gets converted to pheophytin due to the high temperature used, as well as inability of volatile acid to escape from the can, because cans are sealed. Second, what is the effect of alkali on the chlorophyll? When green vegetables are cooked in the presence of alkali, the color becomes more intense due to the formation of chlorophyllene. The phytyl and methyl groups are replaced, forming the chlorophyllene. The sodium salt of chlorophyllene gives the cooked green vegetables an intense artificial greenness. Frozen greens have better color because the better retention of color of frozen green vegetables is due to elimination of the major part of the plant acid by blanching prior to freezing. If the greens are cooked in copper vessel, the color of chlorophyll is enhanced in the presence of copper. Now we will study the effect of cooking on the carotenoid pigments. As I said earlier, ordinary cooking condition does not have effect on not have much effect on the color of the carotenoids. The color is little affected by acid, alkali and the volume of the water. But due to presence of multiple unsaturated carbon to carbon double bond, chlorophyll's carotenoids becomes more sensitive to oxidation, which result in the loss of color after the food containing carotenoids has been dried. The loss in the intensity of the carotenoid color is not only due to oxidation of unsaturation of carotene, but also due to the shift of transform to cis form. The fine cutting of vegetables, higher temperature, longer cooking process hasten the process of oxidation. Blanching prior to dehydration is helpful in reducing the likelihood of the oxidation. Now anthocyanins. Anthocyanins are most sensitive pigments. They are sensitive to pH change. Under natural condition, they have beautiful purple color. But when they are exposed to acidic condition, the color changes to bright pink and red due to the formation of flavinium ions that absorb and reflect different wavelength of the light. When the anthocyanins are exposed to alkaline conditions, the color changes to blue and green. Red cabbage, the color of red cabbage is due to anthocyanin, and it exhibits usually wild swing in color with a change in the pH. Therefore, red cabbage is frequently cooked with the addition of some slices of a tart apple or some other source of the acid to preserve the red color of the cabbage. The addition of the alkali gives the pigment a bluish green shade. The addition of alkali alters the structure of anthocyanin molecules and produces a salt, resulting in the loss of the color. Anthocyanin, what is the effect of metal on the anthocyanins? The unusual color ranging from the slate blue to green develops when anthocyanins come in contact with some metals like iron, copper, aluminium. Therefore, the special enamel lined cans are used for canning of the fruits and vegetables which contain anthocyanins. The presence of ascorbic acid with copper or iron hasten the oxidation and undesirable color changes of the anthocyanin compounds. The metal ion precipitates the pigment. Iron and aluminium produces considerable discoloration. Iron reacts with the anthocyanin to form intense black discoloration. Red cabbage, when it is chopped with the non-stainless steel knife, the color changes to blue very rapidly from the reaction between the iron of the peeler and the pigment of the cabbage. Now we will study the effect of cooking on the beta lens. As you know, the beetroot color is due to the beta lens. But it is highly soluble in waters and color lost through the leaching. When the fruits or vegetables containing beta lens are cut and cooked in the water, the significant loss of the color occurs, leading to the dull coloration in the boiled products. Therefore, it is suggested that beetroot should be cooked along with the skins to retain the red color of the beetroot. The effect of pH on the betalains is the same as that of the anthocyanin. Beta-cyanin component of the betalains undergo color change parallel to anthocyanins. In acidic medium, it promotes a reddish color as it is evident in these photographs. In acidic color, the red color is enhanced, whereas a neutral or somewhat alkaline pH brings out the brownish blue of the pigment. Now anthoxanthins. What is the effect of pH on the anthoxanthins? In the acidic medium, the color will be white, but in the presence of alkali, it becomes yellow. If the water in which cauliflower is cooked is slightly alkaline, it will have a distinctly yellow color in it. They turn yellow or orange in the presence of alkali, and this is used as a confirmatory test of anthoxanthins. Now, what is the effect of metals? When the vegetables containing anthoxanthins are cooked in aluminum pan, they cause the cooking water to turn a bit yellow because the flavons scavenge aluminum and form a flavons aluminum chelate. Now myoglobin and hemoglobin, these pigments are found in animal food. Hemoglobin is responsible for the red color of the blood. Myoglobin is responsible for the red color of the muscle. The physiological function of myoglobin is to store oxygen. Myoglobin is purple in color when it is not carrying oxygen molecules, but when it is oxidized, it turns to oxymyoglobin and have a very bright cherry red color. Thus, when a fresh meat is first cut, it is purple in color, and the cut surface is quickly turns to the bright red in color due to formation of oxymyoglobin. But this color of the oxymyoglobin is not stable. On prolonged exposure to air or excessive oxidation changes oxymyoglobin to methmyoglobin, which have brown color and which is unacceptable. When meat is cooked, the denaturation of the myoglobin occurs and color changes to brown. Now organic acid. Fruits and vegetables contain a number of organic acids like fumaric acid, succinic acid, citric acid, acetic acid, maleic acid, tartaric acid, benzoic acids. They are present in different type of fruits and vegetables, and the concentration of acid is lower in vegetables as compared to the fruit. Tomatoes and vegetables with the concentration of acid have pH ranging from 4 to 4.6. Fruits like lemon, tamarind, mango green, raw citrus fruits and grapes have low pH. Most of the vegetables have pH ranging between 5 to 5.6. Potatoes and peas have more neutral in taste and pH ranges from 6.1 to 6.3. Now polyphenols and tannins. Polyphenols are complex organic compounds containing 2 or more phenolic groups. The polyphenols containing in food may be broadly divided into 3 groups. First, pigment containing phenolic groups, phenolic aromatic acid, and third is tannins. Pigments containing phenolic groups which we already have studied: anthocyanin, anthoxanthins, betalains, quinones. Yellow pigment of walnut is due to quinones and xanthones. Phenolic aromatic acid include caffeic acid, quinic acid, chlorogenic acid, galleic acid, digalleic acid, ellagic acid. Tannin. Tannin are responsible for the astringent taste in many fruits and vegetables like apple, Indian gooseberry, tea, coffee, cocoa, and unripe fruits. Tannin causes discoloration in food products when products come in contact with the iron salt. And what is the effect of polyphenols on the food quality? Causes of astringency in some fruits like amla, apple, and other unripe fruits are not desirable, but it causes desirable astringency in some products like apple juice, ciders means apple wine and other wines. The oxidation and condensation product of catechins are responsible for the development of color in processed cocoa and tea. The development of brown discoloration of the light colored fruits and vegetables is due to the oxidation of phenolic substances. I have already told you regarding the enzymatic browning. Enzymatic browning is due to the enzyme phenolase, which is also known as polyphenol oxidase, tyrosinase, catecholase, and the substrate of this enzyme is phenol. It acts on phenols, oxidizes it to orthoquinones, and orthoquinones later polymerizes to produce brown colors. Formation of dark color products by reaction with iron salts derived from cans, which adversely affects the appearance and acceptability of the canned food. Now enzymes, you must be knowing what is enzymes. Enzymes are biological catalysts occurring in both plant and animal food. They are essential for many biochemical reactions that takes place in living plant and animal tissue. They are protein in nature, destroyed by heat and certain chemicals that coagulate them. There are two types of enzymes which are normally present in plant substances are hydrolytic enzyme and oxidoreductase enzyme. Enzymes, as you must be knowing, enzymes bring ripening of tomatoes, bananas and other fruits. If this enzymatic reaction continues, then it will lead to the spoilage of that fruits. Raw papaya contain an enzyme called papain. Papain is used as a stabilizer in beer and also as a meat tenderizer. It is used by many meat processing industry for tenderization of the meat. Enzyme can also cause detrimental change in anthocyanin pigment. The enzyme anthocyanase catalyzes the reaction which results in the loss of anthocyanin color. This change is undesirable in strawberry jam, but it is desirable in the production of white wines. Phenolase, naturally present in some fruits and vegetables, can catalyze oxidative reaction resulting in less desirable colors, and this enzymatic browning causes great loss to the growers of the fruits and vegetables. Now we will learn flavoring principles. Flavor is an important criteria which influence the acceptability of the food. Each food has a characteristic flavor. For example, the flavor of the roasted coffee and tea are due to number of flavor components. Condiments and spices have characteristics flavor due to the presence of essential oils and other flavor principles. The flavor of vegetables are due to the mixture of aldehyde, ketone, organic acid and sulfur compounds. Two types of vegetables have a strong flavor. One belong to the family Allium and another belong to the family Brassica family. They have strong flavor due to a variety of volatile sulfur compounds present in them. This table shows flavor components of sulfur containing vegetables. The member of the Allium family, garlic and onion, contains one precursor, cysteine sulfoxide derivatives such as allicin and allicins. When the onion and garlics are cut or peeled or damaged, the enzyme allinase is released from the vacuoles and it catalyzes the reaction and form thiosulfinate and thiols derivatives including lacrimator factor thiopropanol sulfur oxide. Thus, when onion is cut or peeled, the precursor cysteine sulfoxides enzyme act on this precursor cysteine sulfoxides and it produces one volatile sulfur compounds which irritate our eyes or which causes burning sensation on our tongue. One amino acid, S-methyl cysteine, is found in cabbage and it appears to be responsible for the cooked flavor of cabbage. Now we will discuss water. Water next to oxygen is the most important constituent of life. A person can live for a few weeks without food, but he can live only for days without water. So water is the integral part of animal tissue and plant tissues, and water forms through which most of the cellular reactions takes place. Water function in digestion, absorption, circulation and excretion. Water is involved in the electrolyte balance of the body. Water is also involved in the maintenance of our body temperature. Water is present in considerable high amount in certain foods like fruits and vegetables, milk, meat. Fruits and vegetables contain more than 90% of water. Milk contains approximately 87% of water. Meat, fish contains 60 to 70% water, and some foods like dried foods, they contain 20% water, and cereal, pulses and flour also contain appreciable quantity of water. Water influences the appearance, texture and flavor of foods. It is involved in most of the changes when food is cooked. It is also related to food spoilage. Higher the water content, higher will be the perishability. Characteristics flavor of the coffee and tea is due to the ability of water to dissolve the flavor materials found in tea leaves and coffee powder. Water is also dispersion medium in foods. In food, water is found in two forms. One is bound form, another is free form. Free water, which can be easily removed by usual methods of drying or by applying pressures, and most of the fruits and vegetables, they contain free water in considerable amount. Bound water, which forms part of the protein or starch molecules, is present in the food as a part of it is trapped in the protein and starch molecule. Therefore, they can't be removed by applying pressure. Free water can be frozen, but bound water cannot be frozen at minus 20 degrees centigrade. It can also not be removed under pressure from the tissue. It has no appreciable vapor pressure. Approximately 8 to 10% of total water in animal tissue is in bound form. Approximately 4 to 6% of total water in fruits and vegetables is in bound form. Cereal grains contain 30 to 40% of total water as bound form. So bound form cannot be available as a solvent. Free water can be removed by the process of the drying, but bound water, which is found as a part of a starch and protein molecule, can't be removed from the food. With this, today's session is over. Thank you.